There is a time in life that can feel like a long, quiet night. It is a period where the light seems to have faded. The usual sources of joy and meaning might feel distant, almost like stars hidden behind a thick blanket of clouds. This experience has a name. It is often called the dark night of the soul. This is not a sign that you have done something wrong. It is not a punishment or a failure. Instead, it is a profound and often quiet spiritual crisis. It is an invitation to go deeper within yourself. It is a call to find a different kind of light, one that does not depend on the world outside. This journey through darkness can feel incredibly lonely. You might look around and see others moving forward with their lives, seemingly untouched by this heavy stillness. This can make you feel isolated, as if you are the only one walking this path. But I want you to hear this, right here, right now. You are not alone. So many of us have walked through this very same night. It is a universal human experience, a sacred passage that has been documented throughout history. It is a sign that your soul is ready for a deeper truth, a more authentic way of being in the world. The term Dark Night of the Soul comes from a poem written centuries ago by the mystic Saint John of the Cross. He described it as a journey the soul takes to find a deeper connection with the divine. In our modern lives, it might not always feel so poetic. It can feel like a profound sense of emptiness, a loss of purpose, or a deep questioning of everything you once believed to be true. It is the moment when the old self begins to fall away, but the new self has not yet been born. It is a space in between, a sacred pause. In this quiet space, it is easy to feel lost or confused. The familiar landmarks of your life may have disappeared. Your inner compass might seem to be spinning without direction. This is the very nature of the night. It asks you to let go of your need to see the entire path ahead. It invites you to trust the darkness. It encourages you to find your footing one small step at a time. This guide is meant to be a gentle hand to hold as you navigate this tender time. It is a quiet companion for your journey through the shadows and back into the light. The purpose of our time together is not to rush you out of the darkness. It is not to offer you a quick fix or an easy escape. The goal is much simpler, and I believe much more profound. It is to offer clarity and gentle guidance. We will walk together, slowly and with great care. We will explore what this night is, why it comes, how you can move through it with grace and compassion for yourself. Think of this as a soft-spoken conversation, a warm cup of tea on a cool evening. It is a space for you to breathe, to feel, and to simply be. We will not be fighting against the darkness. Instead, we will learn to sit with it. We will learn to listen to its whispers. Often, the dark night of the soul carries important messages for us. It reveals the parts of our lives that are no longer serving our highest good. It shines a light on the limiting beliefs we hold about ourselves and the world. It shows us where we have become disconnected from our own spirit. By learning to be present with the discomfort, we can begin to uncover the hidden gifts that this experience holds for us. Throughout this guide, I will offer you gentle practices and simple exercises. These are not meant to be more tasks on your to-do list. They are invitations to connect with yourself in a loving and supportive way. We will explore the power of a single conscious breath. We will learn how to name our emotions without judgment. We will discover the peace that can be found in a moment of stillness. These small, intentional acts of self-care can become anchors in the storm, helping you feel grounded even when everything else feels uncertain. My deepest hope is that this guide will serve as a source of comfort and hope. I want to reassure you that this night will not last forever. Dawn will come. The sun will rise again. And when it does, you may find that you are stronger, wiser, and more deeply connected to your true self than ever before. This journey, as challenging as it may be, is a powerful opportunity for growth and renewal. It is a path toward a more authentic and soul-filled life. Let us begin this gentle journey together. one quiet step at a time. Imagine you are in a room where the lights have been turned off. At first, your eyes struggle to see. Everything is a shape, a shadow, a mystery. This is what the dark night of the soul can feel like. It is a profound inner stillness, a deep quiet that settles over your spirit. The vibrant colors of your life may seem to have faded to shades of gray. The energy and enthusiasm you once felt for your work, your relationships, your passions might have receded, leaving a sense of flatness or emptiness. This is not sadness as you might typically know it. It is a deeper, more pervasive feeling of being disconnected from the very source of life itself. This feeling of disconnection is a hallmark of the experience. It can feel as if a thin veil has been placed between you and the world. You see things happening, you hear conversations, you go through the motions of your day, but you don't feel fully present. It is like watching a movie of your own life instead of living it. This is not a sign of weakness or apathy. It is a signal from your soul that the old ways of connecting to the world are no longer working. Your spirit is longing for something more real, more substantial. It is asking you to turn your attention away from the outer world and toward the inner landscape of your heart. In this quiet space, you might also experience a profound loss of meaning. The goals that once drove you may now seem hollow. The beliefs that once anchored you may feel like they are crumbling away. This can be deeply unsettling. We often build our identities around our achievements, our roles, our belief systems. When these things begin to fall away, it can feel like you are losing yourself. But what if this is not a loss? What if it is a clearing? The dark night is an invitation to release the identities that were constructed by your mind or by society, so that you can discover the true, unshakable essence of who you are. Let yourself feel the weight of this stillness. Take a slow, deep breath. Imagine you are breathing into that quiet, empty space within you. You do not need to fill it. You do not need to fix it. For this moment, just allow it to be. The first step in navigating the night is to simply acknowledge that it is here. It is a real and valid part of your journey. By allowing yourself to be in this dark room without panicking, you begin to learn its contours. Your eyes slowly start to adjust. You begin to notice the subtle shifts and shapes that you could not see before. This is where the true journey begins. As you walk through this spiritual night, certain signs often appear along the path. These are not always dramatic or loud. Quiet, personal, deeply felt. One of the most common signs is a feeling of spiritual emptiness. Prayers might feel like they are hitting a ceiling. Meditation might feel restless or dry. The spiritual practices that once brought you comfort and connection may now feel empty or ineffective. This can be confusing and disheartening. It can make you feel as if you have been abandoned by the very source you are seeking. But this perceived distance is part of the process. It is designed to help you find a faith that is not dependent on feelings. Another sign is a deep sense of weariness that sleep does not seem to touch. It is a soul-level exhaustion. You may have the energy to get through your daily tasks, but there is an underlying fatigue that permeates everything. This is because a tremendous amount of energy is being used on an inner level. Your soul is doing deep work, sorting through old patterns, healing old wounds, preparing the ground for new growth. This is not the time to push yourself harder. It is a time for radical self-compassion. It is a time to give yourself permission to rest, to be still, and to conserve your energy for the inner journey that is unfolding. You might also notice a heightened sensitivity to the world around you. The noise, the rush, and the superficiality of modern life can feel almost unbearable. You may find yourself craving solitude and quiet more than ever before. This is not because you are antisocial. It is because your spirit is seeking refuge from the overwhelming stimuli of the outer world so that it can hear its own subtle voice. This desire for retreat is a sacred instinct. Honoring it is an act of love for yourself. It is in the quiet moments, away from the world's demands, that you can begin to hear the whispers of your soul and sense the direction it is calling you to go. Finally, a key sign of the dark night is a deep questioning of everything. You question your life choices, your relationships, your career, and your purpose. This is not the same as intellectual doubt. It is a soul-level inquiry that arises from a place of deep longing for truth and authenticity. It can feel as though the very foundation of your life is being shaken. While this can be frightening, it is also an incredible opportunity. The questions themselves are the beginning of the answer. They are the cracks in the old foundation through which a new light can begin to shine. They are clearing the way for a life that is more aligned with your truest self. Section 3. A universal passage. It is so important to understand that this experience is not a personal failure. It is not a sign that you are broken, or that you have taken a wrong turn in life. Walking through the dark night of the soul is a common, even necessary part of the human spiritual journey. It is a universal passage. Think of the caterpillar in its chrysalis. From the outside, it appears that nothing is happening. It is a period of darkness, confinement, and stillness. The caterpillar is literally dissolving, its old form completely breaking down. It is a messy, confusing, and solitary process. It is the complete undoing of everything it once was. This transformation is a perfect metaphor for the dark night. Your old self, the ego-driven identity you thought was you, is undergoing a similar process of dissolution. It feels like a death because, in a way, it is. But it is not the death of your true essence. It is the death of the limitations, the false beliefs, and the protective layers that have kept your true self hidden. It is a sacred and natural process of spiritual maturation. Just as the caterpillar must go through the chrysalis to become a butterfly, we must often go through the dark night to emerge with a more expanded, authentic, and compassionate consciousness. Every spiritual tradition speaks of this passage in its own language. In Christianity, it is the desert wilderness. In Buddhism, it is the Great Doubt. In shamanic traditions, it is the journey into the underworld. These stories and teachings exist to remind us that we are not the first to walk this path, and we will not be the last. They serve as maps, left by those who have gone before us, assuring us that there is a way through the darkness. Knowing this can help to ease the profound sense of isolation that often accompanies the dark night. You are part of a long, ancient lineage of souls who have bravely journeyed through the shadows to find a deeper light. So when you feel lost in the darkness, remember the caterpillar. Remember the mystics and the sages. Remember that this is not a punishment. It is a preparation. It is not an ending. It is a profound and holy transition. The experience is not a mistake. It is a sign that your soul is alive and evolving. It is a testament to your courage and your deep desire for truth. By reframing the experience in this way, you can begin to shift from a place of resistance to a place of gentle acceptance. You can start to trust that even in the darkness, a sacred and beautiful transformation is taking place within you. Table of Contents, Part 3, Act 2, Why It Comes, about 4 sections. 1. The Soul's Gentle Knocking. 2. The Weight of a Changing World. 3. When Old Stories Unravel. 4. The Call to a Deeper Truth. Section 1. The soul's gentle knocking. So often, the dark night arrives not as a sudden storm, but as a gentle, persistent knocking on the door of your heart. It begins when your soul senses that something is out of alignment. Perhaps you have been living a life that looks good on the outside, but feels empty on the inside. You may have followed a path that was expected of you, by your family, by society, instead of the path your own spirit longed to walk. This gentle knocking is your soul's way of getting your attention. It is a quiet, loving whisper that says, there is another way. There is a more authentic life waiting for you. At first, we often try to ignore this sound, turning up the volume of our busy lives to drown it out. But the soul is patient. it will continue to knock. If the whispers are not heard, they can grow into a more noticeable ache. This is often where the journey of the dark night begins. The ache can manifest as a life change that feels forced upon you. It could be the loss of a job, the end of a relationship, a health crisis that stops you in your tracks. These events are not punishments. They are interventions of grace. They are the soul's way of creating a necessary pause, a moment so profound that you have no choice but to stop and listen. The life you have built may feel like it is falling apart, but what is really happening is that the scaffolding of a life that was not truly yours is being dismantled. This process can also be triggered by a period of significant inner growth. You might have been on a path of self-discovery for some time, reading books, attending workshops, developing a spiritual practice. As your consciousness expands, you begin to see the world and yourself with new eyes. This new clarity can be jarring. It shines a light on the ways you have been living that are no longer in integrity with who you are becoming. The old habits, the old relationships, the old ways of thinking no longer fit. The dark night is the space between letting go of the old and fully stepping into the new. It is a necessary period of adjustment as your outer life catches up to your inner growth. Think of it like this. You have been wearing a coat that is now 2 sizes too small. It is constricting. It limits your movement. You can no longer breathe deeply while wearing it. The dark night is the moment you finally realize you must take off the coat. It might be cold and vulnerable for a while without it. You might not have a new coat ready to put on just yet. But in that vulnerable space, you create the possibility for something new to emerge. You create the room for a life that fits you perfectly. The discomfort is not a sign that something is wrong. It is a sign that you are outgrowing the limitations that have held you back. Section 2. The weight of a changing world. Sometimes the darkness we feel inside is not just our own. We are all connected. We are part of a larger human family. We live on a planet undergoing profound changes. The dark night can come because we are sensitive souls feeling the weight of the world's pain. The constant news of conflict, injustice, environmental distress can create a deep sense of sorrow and helplessness. This is not just intellectual sadness. It is a spiritual ache, the feeling of being part of a collective that is struggling. This collective pressure can dim our inner light, leaving us exhausted and disconnected from hope. Some call this a collective dark night, a shared spiritual crisis. You might feel deep grief for the state of the world or frustration with systems that feel broken and unjust. Your personal struggles can feel both insignificant and impossibly heavy. It's important to recognize when this is happening. The sadness you carry may not belong entirely to you. You are an antenna, picking up the world's frequency. Acknowledging this can be a great relief. It allows compassion for yourself and for the heavy load you may be carrying for humanity. Our modern way of life contributes to this. We're pushed to live at a frantic pace, always producing, achieving, consuming. Constantly connected to technology, bombarded with information and stimulation. This disconnects us from our inner rhythm. It severs our connection to the natural world and to the quiet, simple joys of being. The soul craves stillness. It needs space to breathe. Starved of this, the soul can begin to shut down, leading to the emptiness and weariness of the dark night. A rebellion of the spirit against an unsustainable way of being. A longing for simplicity and quiet is a common sign of this passage. Your soul calls you back to what is real and essential. Unplug from the noise so you can plug back into yourself. The pressure of our collective experience can feel overwhelming, yet it is also a powerful invitation. Become a source of peace in a turbulent world. Cultivate your inner light, not just for you, but as a beacon for others. By tending your soul, you help heal the whole. Your personal journey through the night has a collective purpose. Section 3. When old stories unravel. The dark night often arrives to help us uncover the old, limiting stories we have been telling ourselves. These are the beliefs we absorbed in childhood or adopted along the way to feel safe and accepted. Beliefs like, I am not good enough. I must be perfect to be loved. I have to do it all on my own. For a long time, these stories run in the background, like an old computer program running our lives without our conscious awareness. We build our entire sense of self around them. The dark night is the moment when that program crashes. The stories stop working. The beliefs are revealed to be the illusions they always were. This unraveling can be terrifying because even painful stories have given us a sense of identity. When the belief that you must be a high achiever to be worthy falls apart, who am I without my achievements? When the story that you must be a caretaker for everyone else dissolves, what do I need for myself? This is the profound work of the dark night. It strips away the false self, the identity built on old programming, so the true self can finally emerge. It's a process of unlearning what you thought you knew about who you are, so you can remember the truth. I remember a time in my own life when I had built my identity around being strong and capable for everyone. I believed my worth came from handling everything, being the rock for my family, my friends, my work. That story led to deep exhaustion, a soul-level weariness no sleep could fix. The dark night came as a profound emptiness. The strength I was proud of felt hollow. In that darkness, I saw the story for what it was, a shield, a way to avoid my vulnerability and my need to be cared for. Letting that story unravel was both challenging and liberating. It meant admitting I could not do it all. It meant learning to receive, to be vulnerable, to ask for help. A complete dismantling of the identity I'd built. This is how the night works. It shows you the cage you've been living in, a cage you may have built to protect yourself. Then it gently, or sometimes not so gently, hands you the key. The struggle you feel is resistance to letting go of the familiar comfort of the cage, even though it has kept you from your freedom. Section 4. The Call to a Deeper Truth. Ultimately, the dark night comes because your soul is calling you home to a deeper truth. It is a call to live a life of authenticity, integrity, purpose. The discomfort and emptiness you feel are not the problem. They are the symptom. They are the sacred messengers pointing you toward the parts of your life that are no longer true for you. The night is a profound spiritual audit. It asks you to look honestly at your life and ask, is this really me? Is this what my soul came here to do? Is this how I want to spend my precious time on this earth? These are not easy questions, and they often do not have easy answers. This call to truth requires you to meet your unmet needs. For years, you may have been ignoring your need for rest, creative expression, genuine connection, solitude. You may have been putting everyone else's needs before your own. The dark night is often a consequence of this deep self-abandonment. The exhaustion, the flatness, the loss of joy. These are the signs of a spirit that has been neglected. The journey through the darkness is a journey back to yourself. It is a process of learning to listen to your own needs and to honor them as sacred. It is about learning to mother yourself, to be your own most compassionate and loving friend. This journey is also about presence. The pain of the dark night often comes from regretting the past, fearing the future. The experience relentlessly pulls you into the here and now. In the darkness, with no clear path forward and no desire to return to what was, all you have is this present moment. It teaches you to find your footing right where you are. It invites you to be present with your own breath, sensations in your body, the simple reality of this moment. This is a profound gift. In a world that is always pulling us elsewhere, the dark night teaches us the power and peace of simply being present. So why does it come? It comes to heal you. It comes to free you. It comes to awaken you. It comes to help you shed the layers of who you are not, so you can stand in the glorious, unshakable truth of who you are. It is a difficult and demanding passage, there is no doubt. But it is not a detour from your path. It is the path itself. It is the sacred, necessary journey that leads you from a life lived from the outside in to a life lived from the soul out. It is an invitation from the deepest part of you to come home. Section 1. Anchoring yourself in the now. When you feel adrift in the vast darkness, the most powerful thing you can do is find an anchor. The simplest and most profound anchor you have is your own breath. It is always with you, a steady rhythm beneath the surface of the storm. This practice is not about trying to feel better, it is about learning to be present with what is. Find a quiet place to sit, even for just a minute. Close your eyes if that feels comfortable. Now, simply bring your attention to your breath. Feel the air entering your body, filling your lungs, and then feel it gently leaving. Don't try to change it. Just notice it. This simple act pulls you out of the swirling thoughts of the past and future and anchors you firmly in the safety of the present moment. This is a micro-meditation, a small pause you can gift yourself anytime, anywhere. When you feel overwhelmed, when the emptiness feels vast, just come back to your breath. Try this right now. Take one slow, conscious breath. Inhale for a count of 4, hold gently for a count of 4, and exhale for a count of 6. As you exhale, imagine you are releasing just a little bit of the tension you are holding. This is a grounding breath. It communicates a message of safety to your nervous system. It says, in this moment, right here, I am okay. Practicing this throughout your day can create small islands of peace in the middle of a turbulent sea. Another way to anchor yourself is through your senses. The dark night can make you feel disconnected from your body and the world around you. Grounding practices help you come back home. Try the 5-4-3-2-1 exercise. Wherever you are, pause and softly name 5 things you can see. Then, name 4 things you can feel: the texture of your clothes, the chair beneath you, the air on your skin. Next, name 3 things you can hear: the distant hum of traffic, the sound of your own breath. Then, 2 things you can smell. And finally, 1 thing you can taste. This simple practice gently pulls your attention out of your mind and back into the physical reality of the present. These practices are not meant to erase the darkness. They are meant to help you find your footing within it. Think of them as small, steady lanterns that you can light along the path. They don't illuminate the entire journey ahead, but they provide enough light for your very next step. The goal is not to escape the night, but to learn how to be in it with more grace and less fear. By anchoring yourself in the now, you discover that even in the heart of the darkness, there is a place of stillness and presence within you that is unshakable. This is your true sanctuary. In the quiet of the dark night, many feelings and thoughts arise that we are often taught to ignore or push away. Sadness, anger, confusion, emptiness. A gentle and powerful practice is to simply name what you are feeling without judgment. This is grief. I am feeling lost right now. This is what loneliness feels like. Naming the emotion creates a little bit of space around it. It allows you to observe the feeling instead of being completely consumed by it. You are not the sadness. You are the one who is aware of the sadness. This simple shift in perspective can bring a profound sense of relief. Journaling is a beautiful way to give voice to these shadows. You don't need to be a writer, a notebook, a pen, a willingness to be honest with yourself. Let the pages hold what feels too heavy to carry alone. You can use simple prompts to get started. What my heart wants me to know today is, right now, I feel. Let your pen move without censoring yourself. This is not about finding answers. It's about allowing for honest expression. Your journal can become a sacred, confidential friend who listens without judgment and accepts every part of you. Mindful movement is another way to give voice to what is inside. Our bodies hold our stories, our tensions, our unspoken emotions. The weariness of the dark night can make you feel heavy and stagnant. Gentle movement can help to shift this energy. This is not about a strenuous workout, a slow, mindful walk. Feel your feet on the ground. Gentle stretching. Notice tight spots and breathe into them. Put on a piece of music that moves you and allow your body to sway. Let your body speak its own language. The purpose of these practices is to honor what is arising within you. We live in a culture that often encourages us to put on a happy face, to be positive, to push through discomfort. But the dark night teaches us a different way. It teaches us the healing power of acceptance. Give a gentle, compassionate voice to difficult emotions and shadowy thoughts. Tell yourself all parts of you are welcome. You are creating a safe inner space where healing can begin. You are learning to be your own ally on this sacred journey through the night. During this tender time, it is essential to practice radical self-care. But this does not mean grand gestures or expensive spa days. Small, consistent acts of light and kindness toward yourself. Tiny things that whisper, "You are worthy of care." It could be the simple act of making yourself a warm cup of herbal tea and savoring every sip. It could be wrapping yourself in a soft blanket and allowing yourself to rest for 10 minutes without guilt. Offerings of love to the part of you that is weary and struggling. Gentle reminders that you deserve comfort. Think about what one small thing you could do for yourself today that would feel nourishing. Perhaps it is spending 5 minutes in nature, even if it is just looking at a tree outside your window. Maybe it is listening to a piece of music that has always soothed your soul. It could be reading a single page from a book of poetry. The act itself is less important than the intention behind it. The intention is to offer yourself a moment of grace, a moment of beauty, a moment of peace. These small acts of light do not erase the darkness, but they create pockets of gentleness within it, making the journey more bearable. Another small act of light is to find something to be grateful for, no matter how small. The dark night can make it feel as if there is nothing good left in the world. The practice of gratitude gently shifts your focus. Before you go to sleep at night, try to think of one simple thing that brought a flicker of ease or beauty to your day. It could be the taste of your morning coffee, a kind word from a stranger, or the color of the sky at sunset. Holding this one small thing in your heart can be a powerful antidote to the feelings of hopelessness. It does not deny the pain, but it reminds you that light and darkness can coexist. Remember to be patient with yourself. This journey has its own timing, and it cannot be rushed. There will be days when all you can do is breathe, and that is more than enough. On those days, your one small act of light is simply to endure with compassion for yourself. Let go of the expectation that you should be over it by now. The soul's healing process is like the slow, deep work of a glacier, carving new landscapes over time. These gentle practices, anchoring in the now, giving voice to the shadows, and offering yourself small acts of light, are your tools for this sacred work. They are how you learn to walk through the night with courage, grace, and a deep and abiding love for yourself. As we come to the end of our time together, I want you to sit with this one essential truth. The night will not last forever. This period of darkness, as isolating and endless as it may feel, is a passage, not a permanent place. Just as the earth faithfully turns toward the sun each morning, your soul is on a journey toward its own new dawn. The emptiness, the confusion, the deep weariness are not signs of your demise, but the very signs of a profound and sacred rebirth taking place within you. You have been walking a path of courage, a path that has required you to let go of who you thought you were in order to become who you are truly meant to be. The journey through the dark night of the soul is a transformative one. It is designed to strip away everything that is not essential, everything that is not true, so that your authentic self can finally shine. Think of it as a divine purification. It has asked you to face your deepest fears, to sit with your most uncomfortable feelings, and to question the very foundations of your life. This is not easy work. It is the holiest work you will ever do. And the reward is not a return to the life you had before, but the emergence into a life that is infinitely more real, more meaningful, more deeply aligned with the truth of your spirit. You will find that the dawn comes subtly at first. It may not be a sudden, dramatic sunrise, a moment where you laugh and it feels genuine, a flicker of interest in something you once loved, a quiet feeling of peace that settles over you for no particular reason. These are the first signs that the light is returning. As you emerge from the darkness, you will carry its wisdom with you. You will have a newfound compassion for yourself and for others who are struggling. You will have a deeper appreciation for the simple joys of life. The night has given you the gift of inner sight, the ability to see the world with the eyes of your soul. So please be gentle with yourself as you stand at this threshold. You have been through a great and sacred ordeal. The insights and renewal that the dark night promises are not just a possibility. They are an inevitability for the soul that bravely walks its path. You are not broken, you are breaking open. The cracks that you felt were forming are not flaws. They are the very places where the new light is getting in. Trust in this process. Trust that the darkness has served its holy purpose. A new day is coming. It is promised. And you are so very worthy of the light it will bring. The path through the dark night of the soul can be summarized in a few gentle steps. Notice, accept, practice. Be patient. First, you learn to notice what was happening within you without panic, recognizing the signs of this sacred passage. Then, you learn to accept that this is a valid and universal part of the human journey, not a personal failure. From that place of acceptance, you were invited to engage in gentle practices, anchoring in your breath, giving voice to your feelings, offering yourself small acts of light. These practices are your companions for the road, tools to help you navigate the shadows with grace. They are your way of actively participating in your own healing. Now, the final step is to continue with gentle patience. Healing is not a linear process. There will be days when the light feels close, and days when the shadows feel long again. This is normal. This is okay. On the days when it feels difficult, I invite you to return to the simple practices we have explored. Come back to your breath. Write in your journal. Take a mindful walk. These are not just exercises, they are acts of faith. They declare that you are committed to your well-being, willing to keep showing up for yourself. This gentle, steady consistency is what will carry you through to the other side. As you move forward, remember you don't have to do this alone. If the darkness feels too heavy or persists, seeking help is an act of strength and self-love. Talking to a trusted friend, finding a spiritual director or guide, seeking the support of a therapist. Reaching out is not weakness, it is wisdom. Allow another to be a lamp bearer when your light feels dim. We are all walking each other home. Allowing someone to walk with you is sacred. My deepest hope is that our time together has reminded you of your strength and resilience. Everything you need to navigate this passage is already within you. The light you seek is not out there. It is your own true nature, waiting to be uncovered. Keep practicing. Keep breathing. Keep being gentle with your precious heart. You are on a sacred path, and you are doing so beautifully. Trust the journey. Trust the night. Trust the incredible luminous dawn that is waiting just for you. You are loved, you are guided, and you are whole.